Welcome to an extra spooky bowl. Woo! Well, not really a bowl, more like a shot,
Yeah.
Shot.
Everybody!
All right,
Yeah, okay.
too far.
Sorry.
We're back in. People have already started clicking away.
Yep. All right.
Well, welcome to One Shot, which is our movie podcast.
Yeah. It's like part of the parent company is Culture Shot, and we got all of these sub-channels.
But we are the parent company.
So
like, we just wanted names for everything.
Yeah, so now if you... The coaster's getting stuck to glasses.
I hate coasters.
You can just put it on the
I'll
table.
Just put it on my lap.
All right, perfect. Well, anyway, so what Peterson and I decided is that we want to make separate channels for each of our podcast topic ideas, so that if you like anime, there's one for that.
But it's all under one channel, though.
Yeah, it's just
all under one. It's just different names for it, that's all.
Right. So if you want to watch the movie ones, then just watch for the ones labeled One Shot.
But enough of that dumb stuff. We just got back from seeing Tokyo Ghoul, the live action adaptation of the anime with the same name, Tokyo Ghoul.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
I'm a mouthful.
Giggity.
There's no video, so it's already sounding weird. Please,
damn it.
stop using coasters.
All right.
No more coasters today. Anyway, I've never seen Tokyo Ghoul the anime.
And I have.
And, okay, so then that's what I wanted to ask you immediately.
Oh.
How was it comparing the anime or manga to the movie? How close was it?
I actually thought it was pretty close. Now, granted, I haven't read as far into the manga as I've seen the anime.
Mm.
But from what I'll just compare it to the anime at least. It was like really good as far as comparison. There was only a few things that they changed here and there, but it wasn't like that important. It was more of like they just changed kind of the scenery of where certain things happened.
Okay.
They did cut out one character in the movie, but he literally doesn't matter that much because he only shows up like during 3 episodes of the anime, and he's only in it for like maybe 10 minutes total between those 3 episodes.
Okay.
And basically the character they cut out is like, the guy with the glasses that was with the one agent.
Yeah.
There's another one that was like part of their like trio.
Oh, okay.
That they were but that was the only person.
Gotcha.
So, and as far as like, I feel like with the casting, I thought they did a really good job. Like,
yeah, how are their looks? Like,
pretty
really
dang spot on.
Yeah, because I haven't seen anything of the anime related at all.
Okay.
People said, "Oh, you should watch Tokyo Ghoul." All right, yeah, like it's on some sort of like list that I have, but I continually watch reruns of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Dragon Ball Z because I have a problem and I love those animes the most.
Oh, it's all right.
I watch a lot of anime, but it's always like I watch JoJo or Dragon Ball. They're my feel good shows, and I want to feel good all the time.
Yeah, and Tokyo Ghoul kind of just makes you feel sad sometimes. So
right, and that
But as far as the casting is for like trying to match the anime or the character's look in the manga and anime, like pretty dang spot on. Like Ken Kaneki is like supposed to look awkward, like in the anime.
It did look really awkward.
Yeah, like in the anime he even looks awkward, and then like his friend was even good. Like Toko, I thought was pretty spot on because she's got like even though I thought the only thing that I had a problem with her is that she's supposed to be younger than Kaneki is, but it almost looked like she was older.
Okay.
But still, in the anime, she has like a mature face as well, so because she's been through a lot. But
right.
Yeah, everybody's looks was pretty spot on.
What about Amon and the guy with the silver hair? What about him?
Mr. Mato?
Sure.
Yeah, both of those were like spot on too. They even got. What I even appreciated was with the silver hair guy, Mr. Mato, they even got his like lazy eye in the movie, where how it's like, how like half shut.
Even the Forrest Whitaker eye.
Yeah.
Okay.
He even has that in the anime, so they got paid attention to that small detail, and Amon was pretty spot on too.
That's good.
They left out one kind of important scene. but it's not that big of a deal because they can kind of introduce it later if they make it a second part, which I'm sure they will.
Yeah, if Attack on Titan, like I told you, if Attack on Titan got 2 parts,
I'm sure this will.
Tokyo Ghoul,
Yeah.
this was a good movie. Like,
Yeah.
it made me want to like go watch the anime right now.
Good,
Like,
because it's good.
I'm sure if it's anything like the movie, it was fantastic. I absolutely loved the movie.
Yeah, because I don't want to try to spoil too much for if anybody wants to see the movie.
Which I think you should, or at least when it comes out on Blu-ray and DVD, definitely pick it up,
yeah,
rent it or something.
yeah, for sure. Because even if you're not a huge like anime fan, I think it's worth a watch because it's something very different. And I thought the CG was pretty decent for what it was.
I didn't like the CG. I feel like it kind of took me out of the movie.
Yeah,
At some points.
At some points, yes.
I'm sorry.
Oh no! What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say that at certain points the CG was good,
Yes.
but like a lot of times I could just like, yeah, that's fake.
Right, because like there was times where that like like those tendrils are coming out of his stomach, and it's like, well, I can clearly tell that was like video. Like,
right,
they
like
threw it in After Effects and like slapped it on and said, "Oh, I don't need to blend this to make it look real." So,
it's not terrible, but it's also like almost a step above Mortal Kombat Annihilation when Jax was fighting that giant demon thing that was killing Sonya or whatever.
Right.
But
yeah.
I mean, that's like those few parts in the CG where it wasn't that great aside, I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, like on the flip side of it, I actually liked how they. I know this is kind of like dumb to say, but I actually kind of like how they animated some of the stuff, like with the tendrils, like with the like the scales doing like the flipping. I thought that was cool because they can't capture that kind of a detail in the anime because they're not using like CG like that.
Right. But more than that, I liked how the guy who played Kaneki, how he moved, like. It was kind of like almost like The Grudge, like how he was moving. Kind I really like that.
And they did that good job of capturing that from the anime because that's what, and even down to like him holding his shoulder and like where he got bit and like doing the whole.
Yeah, no, I thought like anything that didn't really involve CGI or CG in general, I thought it was like really fantastic and very well done. The fight scenes that they had. Like the hand-to-hand fight scenes, like one or two, were actually really good. Acting, even though there is a language disconnect, we saw it was subtitled. Even though there was that language disconnect, I thought it was still I felt emotion in everything that everyone was trying to like what they were trying to convey.
Right. Yeah, and even with all of their dialogue, it was like pretty spot on with what they talk about in the anime, and it hit like all major plot points, and they even kind of went a little bit further in explaining some things, or made it more clear than what the anime did for certain aspects.
Okay.
But overall, it matched it pretty spot on. Just like a few differences here and there, but nothing I could really complain about.
Okay. All right. I mean, if you were to give it a score, which I personally think scores are arbitrary, but if you had to give it a score out of 10, what would you? My
score, I would say. I'll put it on a scale of this sort of movie, if that's fair.
An anime adaptation movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like as far as anime adaptations go, I'm sure I would probably give it like an 8 out of 10. Mm-hmm. But I guess if we want to just go general as movie and like. Action-ish movie.
Action horror or whatever?
Yeah, action-ish
which I
movie.
guess it was considered a horror movie, which explains my intro.
Yes.
Ooh. Anyway. Well, yeah.
I would I'll probably give it like a 7.5 out of 10, because I enjoyed the movie. Okay. So, and it was like, I just don't want to say like it's a 9 out of 10. Because
10 out of 10 per 11.
I don't want to hype it up too much, but I really did like it, and I'll for sure buy it when it comes out.
Okay. I would say I'd give it an 8.5. I've never seen any of the anime, but already liking anime to begin with, it actively made me want to go out and like watch it.
Okay.
Aside from the CG, I thought it was really good. I was in the movie the entire time. I never was taken out of it. Like
Like bored out of your mind type of thing. Like I want it to be over.
Yeah, I didn't look at my phone like, okay, what time is this leaving? All right, 2 hours. Come on, 2 hours. Let's go.
And that's the other thing I liked about it too. Even is because even though I know like everything that was gonna happen, I was still like, oh. What's going to happen next? Like with that whole anticipation of how they're going to do it. So.
Yeah, you were freaking out. You were kind of freaking out at some parts, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "It's just he opened the door and she's eating whatever." You're like, it's like
I just thought it was cool that they added that scene. I wasn't sure that they were going to add that.
A girl eating.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a plot twist for that. They have girls eating in a lot of movies. Believe it or not.
Whoa,
I know.
That's crazy.
This wasn't the first movie to do it, Alec.
Yeah, and then like I was anticipating like the whole like intro sequence with him and Rise and all that, and
yeah, that kind of threw me for a loop. Like, but I had a feeling that she was a whatever, ghoul.
Yeah.
When she hugged him, I was like, oh yeah, she's a ghoul.
Yeah. The one thing that actually took me by surprise that they kind of changed, but again, not a huge deal because they just changed the scenery basically, is when.
Spoilers, by the way.
Spoiler alert. But it's not that big of a deal.
But you can just watch the anime.
Yeah. When Ken and Hide meet that guy Nishiro or whatever, and he like just slams that guy against it, like that part was like I was like, whoa! I wasn't expecting.
That was new.
Yeah, because what happens in the anime is they actually go out onto this like into an alleyway, and that's where he like hits Hide or whatever, and then that's when they start fighting. But I thought it was kind of cool that they actually fought in the same where they were.
Yeah, okay.
So
that's cool. Well, I mean, on the topic of anime adaptations, you still haven't seen Death Note, the Netflix version,
right?
Or the actual Japanese movies. I'm gonna go on a limb and say, have you seen any live action anime adaptations outside of this?
I mean, I own Attack on Titan Part 1 because it was like $5.
Oh, all right.
But I haven't watched it yet.
You haven't watched it? Well, me, loving to torture myself, I've watched just about every anime adaptation there is.
Oh, actually, I have seen one that I decided to force out of my brain. I'm afraid to even speak the words.
Dragon Ball Evolution? Yeah, well, everyone knows that movie was terrible. That movie, hold on. Here's a little trivia about me. I saw that movie the day it came out with my brother and 2 of my best friends. There were 5 people in that theater. And there were 4 of us. So there was another person somewhere else. But that movie, I was hurt by that movie. That movie gave me Stockholm Syndrome. Because I thought that movie was great. I was like, Dragon Ball Evolution's amazing.
I mean,
that movie's great.
I'll admit to say that when I first saw it, and granted I was younger.
I was like 14 when
Yeah, same. So when I saw it, because I rented it.
You rented it? Okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh wow, that was pretty good. But then I looked back on it after like seeing more anime and whatnot, and I'm like, wow, that was absolute garbage. Like I was thinking about it like years later, and I'm like, shoot.
Yeah,
it's bad.
There was nothing good.
Hey, I'm Goku. I'm going to be in high school.
Right. I was like, Goku, I'm pretty sure Goku can't even spell. I think Goku's dumb when it comes to anything else except fighting.
Yeah.
Like he's an idiot.
Like IQ of 10.
IQ of, no, 10's being generous.
Okay. He's smart enough where he can live and
he's smart
know
enough
how
to,
to
he's smart enough to breathe.
Yeah.
He's smart enough to breathe and eat. He's like, all I need to do. If I can breathe and eat, I'll be fine. That's Goku's intelligence.
Yeah.
But since you haven't seen too many anime adaptations.
No. But I really like this one. I really, really like this one.
Oh, that's good. Because I feel like the creators, they respected the series enough to
stay pretty close
to it and, make liberties where necessary and where it made sense. Mm-hmm. Because of what Hide was trying to do with Kaneki, get him to join the club or whatever, and that it kind of made sense, and it didn't feel forced or anything like that. Like in Ghost in the Shell, how they explain why Scarlett Johansson's white and she's not Asian.
Oh yeah,
it's interesting, but it's forced.
Gotcha.
It's like, okay, I get it. Sure. What? You didn't need to do that. You didn't need to explain why she's white. Just Just change your name like they did with Death Note, or just make a whole new thing. I mean, outside of that, Ghost in the Shell is probably one of the better anime adaptations.
I would say probably, considering since it's more of like a big budget anime adaptation.
Well, not even so much that. I think it was just I don't even know how to really explain it. It wasn't bad, but it was not good.
Somewhere in that meh area.
I wouldn't even say it's meh, because like I was entertained, but then I was like, all right.
So it's fun. We'll say that.
It has, I would watch it again.
Okay,
is what I'm saying.
You don't need to go out of your way to like.
I'm not going out of my way to watch that movie again. No.
Okay.
If I have like free time and like I don't want to, like, I'm just bored out of my mind.
Just have background noise or something like that.
No, I would pay attention to it.
Oh well, you're confusing.
It's really hard. It's very confusing. I wish I could fully explain how I feel about this movie.
Right.
Dragon Ball Evolution is the worst of them all.
Yeah, I think everybody can agree on that.
Anyone who hasn't, I don't want to show my nephew that movie because I don't want him to hate Dragon Ball Z, because but he already doesn't like it anymore because he's on Naruto. Which, me being a Dragon Ball fan, I'm upset about that. I was like, you don't like Naruto? You don't even understand that, man. He's like, no, Sasuke, he's cool as Naruto. They're awesome Shadokon Jutsu. I want to summon a toad, right? And it's like, you can't even understand it, man. It's got feelings in that. You ain't ready for that.
Yeah, that's true. Naruto has feelings.
Right. I cried at that show. I'm still sad over Jiraiya's death. Every time I see one of those stupid videos where it has like some sad song and like Jiraiya reminiscing with Naruto or whatever, I tear up. I don't even care.
When I was even playing my anime CD and that song, the
yeah, you said Jiraiya died, and I was like, man, my Jiraiya died. And then, like, he didn't come back when they did the Edo Tensei, and I was like, why? Because it would have been cool, because it would kind of have given them both closure. Like, Jiraiya got to see how strong Naruto had become, and then, Naruto got to see his master one more time, and then I'm tearing up just thinking about it. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Quick question: how long do you think until they make a Naruto live action movie?
It's already in the works.
Okay, I figured that had.
Lionsgate is doing it. So yeah,
right, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, well, Japan already made a musical of it. Yeah, there's a Naruto. You didn't know about that?
No.
Yeah, there's a Naruto musical. It's actually really awesome.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh,
and they're making a Sword Art Online.
Of course they are.
And then Full Metal Alchemist is in the works.
Full Metal Alchemist.
That one looks really good too.
I am optimistic about seeing that movie. I don't really have any sort of expectation for that, since I'm not the biggest Full Metal Alchemist fan. But it looks good. Another good anime adaptation, live action, was the original Death Note movies. There's like 4 of them.
Oh, the Japanese ones?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize there was 4 of them.
Well, the first 2 are about like the what happens in the anime.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one is it's called like L Change the World. And it's like L's like last 26 days or like before he dies or something like that.
Okay.
And then the fourth one I believe is about Nier.
Interesting. All right.
So I haven't seen that. I haven't seen the fourth one. I saw a little bit of the third one, but the first 2 are fantastic.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, I'll have to get my hands on those.
Yeah, you can find them for pretty cheap on Amazon or whatever. Let's see, what other anime? I think the best anime adaptation ever, hands down, is the Rurouni Kenshin movies. Because they made 3 of them, and like they're all like really, really good. From the look to just like, because Rurouni Kenshin never really relied on
flashy effects or anything.
Yeah, or super wow things. Like they had those things, but it was pretty tame.
Yeah, because if you want to boil it down, it's samurai.
Yeah, samurai.
So
yeah. I think Rurouni Kenshin is the best anime adaptation. In all honesty, I think there's nothing else better than that one. Yeah, I think Rurouni Kenshin is one of the best animes ever. But I'm still waiting for that Cowboy Bebop one.
Oh, that would be sweet. I'd be pumped for a Cowboy Bebop movie.
And oh my gosh, you know what's going to be crazy if they cast a white guy to play Spike Spiegel, and it's like, what is it? Wasn't he born on Mars to begin with?
I think so. I can't remember.
So like people would be mad. It's like, why'd you cast a white guy to play him? And he's like, Well, he is white, and he's also a Martian.
Yeah, because in the anime, isn't he white?
Yeah, he's white.
Yeah. So.
I mean, people get mad at anything.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Tokyo Ghoul, going back to Tokyo Ghoul, super good.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep.
I really want to, like I said, I really want to watch the anime again. I want to see a part 2.
Yeah, I'm excited because for anybody that wants to know, the movie only covers like about half of the first season.
Yeah, which I thought, I was like, oh yeah, that's 12 episodes right there. I'm like, yeah, that
and then I'm like, no, dude,
You're
it's
like, no,
actually
it's 6.
that's like 6.
What do you mean that's 6?
But I thought that was the best way. I think they planned it out really well with ending that way because that's like probably like the biggest not cliffhanger, but it was like a good way to end the movie with that final conflict for the movie, and that I'm like, that's kind of perfect where you set it up for part 2.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good thing that they did, that they condensed it enough, because the fact they were able to fit 6 episodes into a 2-hour movie, I thought was pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
And
they, like I said, they hit all major plot points that I was
hoping that they would
add. Yeah,
the pacing was phenomenal. Like I said, I wasn't bored. I thought, like, okay, this is really good. I was like, I want to watch Tokyo Ghoul anime. Is it dubbed or is it just subbed?
It's dubbed and subbed, and the dub's actually pretty good.
Oh, the dub's good.
I'm happy. I'm not very picky with dubs, but I thought this dub was like, I'll say that this dub is pretty good.
Okay. I've been watching a lot of subbed anime. Like, the only dub anime I watch now is Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball Super, when Toonami airs it.
Okay.
Yeah, they're still in the Universe 6 vs. 7 tournament.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know you don't. You should watch Dragon Ball Super, it's really good.
Yeah.
Okay. We're switching gears. Goodness gracious. Anyway, Dragon Ball Super gets good during the Universe 6 and 7 tournament. Like, it's good, but then it gets, like, awesome in the Goku Black Art. And then it gets, like, dope in the Universal tournament, the Tournament of Power.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not for everyone. I mean, I know Dragon Ball anything's not for everyone, because, one, it's dumb. Like, it doesn't make any sense. They always contradict themselves every 2 seconds. It's like,
right.
Super Saiyan's only 1,000 years. Next thing you know, everyone's turning Super Saiyan. It's a freaking joke now.
Yeah, see, I think, because I love Dragon Ball Z a lot.
I think a lot of people did.
But I think once I've heard how crazy it's getting with Super, with like all of these
The gods,
ridiculous things that I'm hearing, I'm like, I don't know if I can just jump in it anymore, because it's just like, especially how they explain that you can go Super Saiyan by this feeling in
your back. Yeah,
whatever.
If your back tingles hard enough, you can go Super Saiyan. I was like, I get it back tingling in my back all the time. Like, about to go Super Saiyan any day now. Can't wait. And call you up with a yellow afro. Like,
yeah,
I finally did it.
You're gonna fly over here.
Right, it's like, I finally did it. I'm Super Saiyan.
Yeah. But yeah, Tokyo Ghoul was good. I'm glad that you want to watch the anime now.
Yeah,
so
I want to watch it.
Maybe we can either do that either at some point tonight or another time, because I think you would really like it.
Yeah, no, I just want to watch it all. But yeah, now on the more, I guess,
spooky aspect, or movie more focused on.
I guess it's October, and
yeah.
we may as well be like sheep and follow everyone else what they're doing.
Yeah.
I saw it for like the second time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the clown movie messed me up for like forever.
It's good.
I'm still messed up from that movie because like, if I don't know why, but it freaked me out. Like, it was a very freaky movie. Have you seen it?
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Oh my gosh. So
I mean, the opening scene with just Georgie when they.
I didn't think they would show a kid getting killed.
No, neither
but
did I.
Here's the thing, because like, I knew the movie was about killing kids or whatever, and I was like, man, they'll never show kids getting killed in movies. I was like, it'd be crazy if they actually showed a kid.
Opening scene,
right?
And
I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for a kid to die in a movie, and I was like, oh
Because in the original, like, he just kind of scoops him and you don't see him.
He's like,
and then, like, some blood falls out of the sewers.
Right.
But
But
in this one, he, like, actually rips his arm off. And the kid's crawling and crying with half of an arm.
And then you see the arm just, like, oh, spoilers, I'm sorry.
What happens in the first 10 minutes?
Right, and then, like, he grabs him and he, like, pulls him out. I was like, no, Georgie! Is that it? Yeah, Georgie.
Yeah, Georgie. That was really good. So
Yeah.
I guess what this leads to, what would you say is your top 3, or you don't even have to do your top 3. What are just 3 favorite horror movies?
3 favorite horror movies. Well, here's the thing.
You can extend this to 5 if you need to, because I've seen a lot of horror movies in my days.
I have not seen a lot of horror movies.
Oh, okay, well maybe
just because I can't suspend my disbelief in a horror movie that like. People go, oh, let's go investigate this, you know?
Oh, that's fair. When it's reality, you'd be like,
right.
Let's get the hell out of
right,
here.
Let's leave. Like, I hate when people, like, say, like, there's something bad, like, oh, let's go see it. It's like, why? Let's get away from the danger. Let's not go towards it.
Right. Right.
This thing is Scooby-Doo. Like, no, not about that life. And it may just because, like, I'm black, and, like, my instincts just kick in, like, get away from it. Well, don't do it.
Well, I guess I can't blame you for that because we all know that the famous horror movie trope is that the black guy dies
and I was
first.
so glad when my boy Michael and it didn't die. And I was like, damn. As soon as I saw the black kid, I was like, he's gonna die. At least he's not gonna be first though, because George already died. And I was like, whatever. At least he's not first. Right? Which is a terrible thing to say.
At least he's not first.
Like, whatever.
My boy survived still.
I was so happy when he survived. I was like, yes. I was so excited.
Have you seen the original?
No.
Well, you would be. Nah, I don't want to spoil it for you. But
what? It's probably like what?
Wait. So, do you have any idea what the original is about?
A clown kills kids.
Well, yeah, but do you know? Because this is only the first part.
Is there a black kid in the original?
Yeah.
Does he die?
No.
Oh, I might watch it then.
But it's really cheesy though. I don't know if you should even watch it.
Oh, it's cheesy.
Yeah, because I mean, it was made during like the '80s, like early '80s.
Okay. Well, my friend he said that.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
My friend said that the new movie is closer
to the book. Yes.
To the book. Except I'm glad they didn't put in that child orgy thing.
Yeah, that's what I heard about. I didn't know about that.
I didn't know about that either until I saw a video, and I was like, and then they're like, they were trying to put that in the movie, and I was like, why would you want to put that in the movie? That is disgusting.
Yeah, apparently.
But at the same time, it's like, but you're okay with kids getting killed? It's like, I don't know.
I don't know anymore.
I don't want kids. I don't want to see kids banging it or read about kids banging in a sewer or whatever. I don't want to see them getting killed either.
You're right. But just so you know, for when the second part comes out, because it takes place 27 years later.
Sure. Wait, hold on. Does my boy Ben get with
Bev?
Yeah.
I can't even remember, to be honest with you.
Because that pissed me off because my boy Ben was doing a bunch of stuff. He was like the best dude ever.
Being cute and all
that. Yeah, and he was dope. He was cool. And then you heard poetry. Right. And then she's still gonna kiss that fool. What's his stutter boy? What's his name? What's his name? Freddie? Frank.
No. It's Georgie and shit. What's his name?
What's that fool's name? I don't like him.
I can't.
Whatever.
Brother's brother.
Yeah, Georgie's brother. That's all he deserves. He didn't do anything. He saw her and he was like, "I'll come for you later, Bev. I gotta go see my dead brother again." And it's like, so you ain't gonna save her? And you thinking like she cute this whole time, but you ain't gonna save her. And then here come my boy Ben. He's like, "Guys, we gotta save Bev. Pull her down." Kissed her. Back to life. And then she's like, "I'm gonna kiss Georgie's brother, who left me for dead." I was like, "Whatever, Beverly. Whatever."
But she's used to be treated like crap.
That's dark.
just laying it out there,
right? Her whole dad thing, like that movie, like just kind of creeped me out. And
well, that's the kind of the point of it,
right?
And then like I thought they did a really good job of portraying everybody's fears.
Yeah, no, and I screamed
because like having watched the original, I never realized that's what that Bev and her dad thing was, and like they didn't convey it as clearly in the
Mhm.
original, but when I watched this one, I was like, oh,
No,
so that's what that's about.
right. Okay. Yeah. Man, I thought I screamed like a girl. It's not an insult, but like I had a men.
Like a high-pitched-
Men generally have high pitched voices. Women do not.
Okay, you scream like you got your
I
nuts
screamed.
kicked in.
I
basically.
screamed like I was a small child of the girl persuasion,
No, all right.
and I was like, ah, whoo! Like, cause it was like
It's freaky.
it had good jump scares that made sense.
Yes.
But yeah,
I would say that's probably on my list of favorite horror movies that I've seen.
out of the was The Ring a horror movie?
The Ring? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Okay,
For
so
sure.
The Ring and It. Those are like the two horror movies, and Scary Movie 3.
If you
That's
wanna
not
count that.
And it's a spoof on horror movies, whatever.
Have you ever seen The Cabin in the Woods?
Who?
The Cabin in the Woods.
No.
Oh my god, you would love that one. It's
What is it?
basically it takes every horror movie cliche and makes it original.
Wait, okay,
You
so
heard
I
me
know
right.
I know there's two. There's an original and the remake. Which one?
No, there's just only
Oh, there's just one?
Cabin in the
Why did I
Woods.
think there was a remake?
There might be one of the same name, but
Okay.
I only just know of this one. But it's basically the classic horror movie setup.
'Cause
Six people go to a cabin in the woods and crap.
I'm gonna
starts
count
happening.
Until Dawn as one of them. I know it's a video game, but that was a horror movie. It was
I mean, it's an interactive movie.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
So
I'll
that's
count.
fair.
I'll count that.
What
What about you? You've watched more horror movies than I have.
Yeah, because it's kind of funny because I never really liked horror movies up until like maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. But ever since I started watched the Blair Witch Project and The Exorcist, I just got hooked on them, and now I just want to see them all.
Okay.
There's some that I don't see, like anything involving. I don't really like the slasher one, like slasher flicks. I mostly like paranormal or like kind of the horror suspense or psychological horror. Those
Yeah.
are like the ones I like the most. So
Lights Out. I saw that one. I'm sorry, as a horror
Lights
movie.
Out?
Lights Out.
oh, that one's okay.
For a person who has like no really preconceived notions of what a good horror movie may be, I thought it was enjoyable. I like screaming sometimes. I realize I like screaming.
It gets you tensed up. Yeah, I liked that movie for the cinematography aspect of it because I really liked what they did with the lighting, especially that when I can't remember who was shooting the gun, but like you can only see the monster when it's like
One of the light, yeah.
when it was,
That was
lighting
cool.
up.
Well, what are your other favorites?
So Cabin in the Woods is on there. I wouldn't say it's like the highest one, but I just like the concept of the movie. I think you would like it a lot too, because it's unlike pretty much any other horror movie I've seen.
Okay.
It's got like a dark humor aspect to it too, which is great.
My humor is pretty dark.
Yeah.
So trying to work on that.
It's definitely high up there. The original Blair Witch Project will always hold a special place in my heart because that like it got me.
Wasn't there like a whole when did that movie come out? Like,
Oh, that was. I want to say late '90s.
wasn't there, I feel like there was like some big PR thing.
There was because they marketed the movie
It's like
so
a documentary.
well. Yeah,
or whatever.
and because it's like a found footage. It's like the movie that inspired every found footage movie to come after it.
Yeah.
But they marketed it so well, and they even had a website to it that like people actually thought this was a real documentary, and that these people like were
They actually died. Yeah.
So, it
That's
was cool.
interesting. That's really cool. I think you could only ever do that one time.
Yeah.
And I'm at least glad it was I know it's a good movie. That a good movie got to do it.
You're right.
Because it would have sucked if the movie was terrible. And it's like, I'm glad those people are dead. This movie sucked.
Right, and it's funny because they literally spent like no money on this movie because
Really?
all it is just 3 people, a camera, and there's not even really any special effects. It's just they're in the woods,
Okay.
and it did really well. I would say The Exorcist is on there because I think to this day that movie still freaks me out.
Mhm.
I don't know if I could ever watch it again.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I could, but it's kind of scarring, especially
Okay.
for the time that it was made. Man, I know there's more that I've seen that I really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm. Just thinking.
I guess if you consider Shutter Island a horror movie, I don't know.
The Leonardo
it's kinda more
DiCaprio movie?
Yeah,
Okay.
that one's just a good movie in general.
Okay. Now, I have a question.
Yeah.
What constitutes as a good horror movie? What are
that's actually a brilliant question. Like, what I consider a good horror movie?
Yeah, what would you consider a good horror movie? Or what constitutes? What are the right elements? Because I would say it kind of hits every note of what I would think a good horror movie is. But I also, again, have no, whatever about horror movies.
I would say you're definitely hitting the nail on the head with it being a perfect example of what a good horror movie should be. Because
I think jump scares I love jump scares. But
there's a way of just relying on jump scares,
right.
which it does great because it only gives you jump scares when it serves a purpose.
Right.
Basically.
I think, Lights Out, it was a jump scare every 2 seconds just because.
Exactly, that another reason I have don't like that movie is because they put too much story into the monster, which they should have just left it as is.
Mystery?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's brings me to this point is that story.
Story? Okay.
Yeah, that's like a big aspect for me in horror. It can't just be, it's like random crap happening or whatever. It's got to have some sort of story to it. For me, and I just and even the horror doesn't need to be jump scares for me for it to be good.
Mm-hmm.
If it just makes me feel uncomfortable, like The Witch does. If you ever, I don't know, that's an artsy horror movie, but I really like that too. That's probably on my list of favorites because it's just so different, and the story is original because it takes place during the colonial times, and it just makes you feel uncomfortable during the whole movie. So
being made uncomfortable, proper jump scares or whatever.
Yeah, tense moments, but good story that doesn't... almost like where you do have that suspension of disbelief. If you can win me that over in a horror movie, I think you succeeded.
Okay.
And as long as it's not... And then what you're saying where it's got people reacting dumbly to certain situations, that don't make any sense.
Right. Yeah, that's also where I kind of feel like it kind of falls short, is because, and maybe it's just me and how I am thinking how I was as a kid. If I saw some crazy clowns, there's no way my friends and I were going to investigate that.
Oh yeah, I get that too. But
these kids are let's go fight, let's go beat up this clown. I was like, what? Yeah. I couldn't imagine, how old they were 10, 11 or whatever, 13,
something like that. But I guess they were trying to convey as kids, you think you can do anything, in a way.
And that's good. That's cool. Awesome. Bravo for them. But I can't suspend my disbelief in, me, thinking as a child.
Right.
Hey, yo, all right, Evan, Terrence, Kevin, and everybody, we about to go beat up this clown dog. They're like, what? What? What?
No way.
What are you talking about? My friends would look at me crazy if I said something like that. Right. Even today, and we're adults. I'd be like, yo, let's go beat up this clown.
That's fair.
An actual clown? They're like, no, we're not going to do that. So, I don't know. That's just me.
Oh, and It Follows. I really like that too.
Is that a sequel to it?
No, it's just called It Follows.
Oh, just called it. Okay. I don't keep up with horror movies. I think
you would like that one a lot too, because even just the setting itself makes you feel disjointed. Because it's funny because in the movie they have new cars, ones that 2010 cars.
They really do, but
well, for the time of but newer cars. But it's weird because you see inside their living room and it's they got a tube TV from black and white TV from 50s or whatever, and then they got all of this severely outdated appliances, wallpaper on the walls, but then there's
was this that movie about the girl that has sex with that dude and then that's I don't know if I would like that.
I think you would. It's weird, but you after reading other people's thoughts on it and their kind of analysis of it, I'm like, wow, this is actually a really good movie.
Okay.
So
I'll have to check it out one day.
I actually watched all of the Saw films.
Why?
Because my friend and I were
hey, they're torturing themselves. Let's us torture ourselves.
Yeah, and
let's make it a torture party.
I can say that the first 3 are good, and then every other one's
they're making another one.
Yeah, I know. and
They're really that series has been a lot around
for a long time because there's 7 movies in total, not including
7?
this new one. So there's 8.
Oh my gosh!
I've seen all of them.
What? They haven't catch this Jigsaw dude. Like they don't have death penalty.
I think they. Well,
No, that's
I'm not even
right.
going to explain the
They
whole
kill
plot.
him. Like it's like why does this guy keep getting out?
Well,
Or is it just like the guy
the thing
who?
he's like multiple people in a way. There's not just one.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. Huh.
At least from what I remember, the plot, they had like good plot twists, but then it got so ridiculous. I was like, what the heck is actually happening? The Final Destination movies are okay.
Oh, don't talk to me about those movies.
Yeah, those ones actually make me like scared to go outside. But I think those are pretty much it for like. I would say It's fantastic. It Follows is pretty good. Cabin in the Woods is just great because it's so different.
Mm-hmm.
What else did I say? Oh, The Conjuring's good for a paranormal horror movie.
Oh, okay.
That one's good. The Insidious movies, those are good as well.
Okay. Isn't the dude who is making those also making like Aquaman in the new Mortal Kombat movie? Who's the director of those? Is it
I think it's
Justin
Lin?
Man,
Justin
I feel like a
Wong?
racist right now.
I can't remember.
I feel like who's Justin Lin?
That sounds right.
I don't know, and I kind of feel terrible
Or is
that
it
I
James
just don't.
Wan?
There's a James Wong or James Wan. Who would you say?
Yeah, James Wan. James Wan. I think he makes all of the.
Well,
movies.
there's a guy who's made a bunch of like really good horror movies. Who's
Yeah.
making the new Mortal Kombat movie?
That's probably James Wan then, because he makes like all of the good ones.
James Wan. Yep, he's making the Mortal Kombat movie. Okay, so I hope that's good. Which then again, I like Mortal Kombat Annihilation. That's my one of my many guilty pleasures.
That's fair.
So I'm sure I'll love it.
Well, if you hang out with Caitlin and I more, I'm sure we'll watch some horror movies together. So
You guys don't want to hear me scream.
I kind of do actually.
I don't want you guys to get kicked out.
Oh, fair.
Like, what's that noise? Who's screaming like
Who's
that?
screaming, man?
You guys need to be out by the 3rd.
Yeah, I've definitely seen my fair share of terrible horror movies, but
I'm sure there's a bunch.
oh, there's way too many. Like Thanksgiving, a movie about a killer turkey.
What? Stop.
Yep.
Stop talking. That's enough. Podcast done. Thanks for listening, guys. We appreciate you.
Yep. All right. So yeah, that's our horror
No,
movie.
stop. No. You said I wanted to talk some more. You talking about Thanksgiving, a turkey killing people?
Yeah.
Stop, dude. Oh my gosh, that's even worse than rubber. The rubber's actually pretty.
I
good.
didn't.
That's
see
a tire
that.
who kills.
I know.
Who kills.
I
people.
know.
That's
I don't
great.
want to.
That's fantastic.
Waste of time.
Yeah, because Thanksgiving. That's the golden boy of movies,
Well,
folks.
I only saw like
turkey kills.
I only
turkey
saw
kills
like
them.
20 minutes of it, and I was like, "What the heck am I watching?"
You're right.
Somebody put it on for me. I'm like, "No."
Do you still talk to that person? Because I don't think you
Kind
should
of.
after that. You shouldn't talk to that person.
He only showed it to us purposely to see how bad it was.
That's a terrible person. Anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Podcast done. No
All
more.
right.
No more of that. Thanks for
All
listening,
right.
folks.
Thanks for listening to our first ever one shot.
One shot.
Yep. Have a
What
good
we-
one. Oh wait, what were you
What?
gonna say?
Just cut it off.
All right, fine, dude.